1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and welcome back to the TMCJ podcast. We are here today with a special Halloween edition.
Ooh,
spooky!
Spookums!
Actually, on that subject, the subject of the word spooky, I've been playing this trivia game with coworkers for a few months now. We do this like Friday afternoon trivia thing, just like a team building thing.
Right.
The app that we use, like sometimes when we're doing like a quiz, we'll just do like silly names associated with whatever the quiz is. We've been doing Halloween themed ones for 2 weeks, and whenever you put the word spooky in your name, it censors it.
What? Is it like online? No, you said it was an app.
It was an app, and we can't figure out why. Like, is spooky?
There's the word poo in it, probably.
Oh my god, it can't be that, can it?
I've seen stupider things.
I've been looking around for like weeks now, trying to figure out how the word spooky is offensive.
Yeah.
If it's just because the word poo is in it.
Maybe, like, spook is a derogatory word for a cop, isn't it?
Is it? I thought spooks were like spies.
Maybe. Hang on, I'll look this up while you waffle.
Anyway, so this is a very, as we said in the intro, a very special Halloween episode, and special in, well, pretty much other than the theme, the upload schedule, because this podcast is going to be going up today, the day we record it, Halloween, All Hallows Eve, the first day of Dia de los Muertos. So we've tailored everything during the podcast to this Halloween theme. We've got some Halloween-themed topics, Halloween-themed media segment, and then Blue has something special in mind for segment 3, which he has not disclosed to me.
Spooky!
But he did tell me to...
oh, Jesus.
What?
Okay.
Is it something we can say on the podcast?
No.
Okay, I'll have to. I'll look it up, or you can send me a link later. Okay, so apparently, even spooky is offensive somehow.
No. Spooky. Okay, so spook is attested from the 1940s is a word for a black person.
What?
Apparently.
Spook. Really?
Yep. Yeah, I don't really get it. But
I feel like
I don't know.
You can make everything offensive. All right, well that's that problem solved.
So yeah, I'm just gonna. So you keep rapping.
Why are you still googling?
It's because this is what I saw before. I was scrolling down through a list of slurs, and this one jumped out at me a bit.
Oh my god!
And I wasn't ready for it. You're
podcast,
not allowed to say it out loud though.
The podcast is that one I knew. The podcast is 3 minutes in, and we're already here.
Oh god, that is terrible. Anyway, yes, Halloween.
All right,
Halloween.
Let's just jump right into the first topic because I want to get away from this as quickly as possible.
Yeah. Still want to get into that.
This was a topic that we actually started discussing during the week, and as we do with a couple things now, we were like, wait, no, this is perfect podcast material. Let's wait to talk about it. We're talking about horror movies versus horror games, like which ones actually mess with you and scare them. And I was opening up by saying that when I play, like, I'm not a fan of horror games. I don't play them because they fuck with me. If I play horror movies, I'm fine with. I typically find horror movies either boring, funny, or, well, that pretty much sums it up. Boring or funny. They don't scare me. They don't bother me. I might jump if something pops out on the screen and there's a loud noise, but that's just because you threw a loud noise in my face. But they don't scare me. Games, on the other hand, when I'm playing horror games, they really get under, especially like psychological horror games where they have this atmospheric build-up and stuff. Those will actually get under my skin. So that's what opened the conversation. What is it? I don't know. Your take.
Well, the point where I was like, maybe we should stop talking about this right now is because, I'm the polar opposite. I'm pretty fine with spooky games, and I cannot I'm terrible at spooky movies. Like even the old spooky movies, I okay, this is one of the things that we kind of summarized that it might come down to is that when it's a movie, you are not in control and there's nothing you can do. You find that better because it's like, well, whatever happens, it's out of my control.
Yeah.
In my head, it's, oh shit, I can't do anything. Something's going to happen, which is bad. It's kind of a glass half full, half empty conundrum.
Yeah, and whereas with me, it's like if I'm with games, I think it's that whole. I've been playing games my whole life, so it's that mental transference. When I'm playing the game in my mind, I'm in the game, and so. Whereas, like you said, if I'm watching a movie, it's like, well, it's not me. It's that dumbass who decided to walk down a dark alley, like. Yeah. So I think that's where like my mind makes that distinction.
Yeah, I mean, and I think one other thing which really helps with playing it. I mean, I know people say it's always easier to watch a horror film when there's someone else with you, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think, particularly with horror games, I find it a lot easier to play horror games if someone's with me, because if someone is there and they're more scared than you are, it naturally makes me feel less scared. Like,
yeah.
Because I'm being the asshole who's swaggering around being like, oh, careful, there could be a spooky ghost in this dustbin. Being that asshole.
I could see that helping.
As opposed to, yeah, if I'm on my own, I'm like, oh shit.
So what?
Spooky ghost in that dustbin.
Probably one of the examples of that. And maybe this is the problem. Is in a lot of those situations, if I'm the one playing the game, I am the person who's more scared. Like, yeah. I mean, I've been the asshole in the room before who was less scared. One of my friends from college, he played, I think it was Dead Space 2, maybe?
Oh, yeah.
And so, big AAA horror video game. And we all, like, when he was doing a playthrough of it, we all went over to his apartment, which was just down the hall from mine, my senior year of college. We'd go down there, watch him play it, get some drinks, and just essentially berate him as he got terrified by the game. So in that situation, yeah. But again, I wasn't the one playing it.
Yeah.
The example I used when we first brought this up was System Shock 2. Big atmospheric horror game. The graphics are dated.
Very old.
Yeah. But even despite that, it still gets to me. Even though like the enemies look like fucking beef jerky monsters, they still like mess with me. They even added a co-op mode. It was a single player game. They added a co-op mode when they released it.
Yeah, we tried to get that working a long time ago. I don't think it really.
Eventually, I got it working with Kevin though.
Yeah.
And this was the reason I was bringing this up. In that example, I was the one who was like actually getting scared and messed with by the game, and he was fine with it.
Yeah, I was playing. In fact, I streamed a little bit of Observer the other day when I had a bit of free time, which was a free game on the Epic Store at some point. And I was like, oh shit, I haven't played this. I've got it downloaded. Let's give it a go.
Observer or Observation?
Observer, I'm pretty sure.
Because there's two games. Observer is like a cyberpunk game. Observation is like this space horror game.
So Observer, and yeah, it's kind of got like a bit of creepiness with like half human, half robot people.
Oh yeah.
And basically, it's a lot like you've seen Blade Runner. No, you haven't, have you?
I have.
Oh, you have the original one.
Yep.
Okay, cool. It's a lot like Blade Runner. You're a detective. You go to a house. There's someone who's been utterly murdered in that house, and you do a bit of detectiving around the place and find some clues. And then when you're leaving, shit gets fucky, and like the lights go out and they start flashing red and sparks coming off the walls and shit. And I was like, oh, finally, like something creepy at last, because I was kind of getting bored of being the detective for a little bit. And I was actually kind of disappointed when something didn't start chasing me. I was like expecting something a lot worse to happen, and it didn't happen.
There are games I've actually not finished because of stuff like that.
Yeah.
Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines is a perfect example. It's a classic game. I wanted to play it. I got through a good chunk of it, and then there's this one mission where I had to go into a mansion, and there's this creepy horror stuff that pops up and like freaks you out. Like literally out the corner of your eye, you'll see something, and then when you turn toward it, it's gone. Like that sort of atmospheric shit, and I literally, it got to me to the point where I just Alt F4'd out of the game and then stopped playing it.
Yeah. Like, that's not one of those things that make you, like, jump out your skin. It's just like, nope, I'm not going down there. Nope.
Yep. One other game that did that I got through because I had got too far in the game to drop it was Bioshock Infinite. For most of that game, it's like this big, fun, swashbuckling, jump around, cool...
Swashbuckling?
Yeah, swashbuckling.
God.
What, am I pronouncing it weird?
Well, you're pronouncing it like, anyway. Like the conversation we were having before we started this podcast. It's swashbuckling, not swashbuckling.
Oh, swashbuckling. I don't know, I've always pronounced it like it has a CH in the front. Swashbuckling. Interesting.
Yeah, that's weird. Anyway, sorry.
Okay. So, whatever. It's that for most of the game. But then randomly almost at the end of the game, there's this just random stealth horror level. And there's this one scene, no enemies in it, but like as you're walking down this creepy hallway, there's no music, there's all these like weird ambient noises. You get halfway down the hallway and an empty like baby carriage just rolls out into the middle of the hallway.
Yeah.
And that freaked me out so much. Like, they'd built up the atmosphere so well to that point. That freaked me out so much, I just ran sprinting down the hallway, firing the revolver, so that there was some noise other than the fucking creepy shit around me.
Jeez. Oh my god. You would not do well in Outlast.
Oh god, no. Not in most of those. Yeah, no. No.
Yeah. I tried playing Bioshock Infinite twice. And I didn't stop because it was scary. I stopped because it kind of bored me, which is weird when you describe Bioshock Infinite, it sounds anything but boring. But maybe it was just too easy difficulty, or maybe I just wasn't very invested in it.
Honestly, just the grapple hook and the zipline stuff was enough to keep me occupied. But if that doesn't do it for you, I could see it getting boring. Because that's like, that is basically the entire game, and if you don't like that, then you're not gonna like the game.
It's like Doom, right? I enjoyed Doom quite a bit, but after the first level, you've basically seen everything there is to see. Yeah, like all the exterminations.
God.
I don't know.
I beat Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal on Nightmare.
Yeah.
And now the DLC's out for Doom Eternal. Anyway, I think we've kind of exhausted what we're going to get out of this topic. We're kind of polar opposites in this regard. It's movies for you, it's games for me, in terms of what actually horrifies or scares. So the place I was going to go to after this is the topic of... because this always comes up around this time of year, and you find out the people who do and don't subscribe to it. The idea of haunted locations and some of the superstitions people have about, like, I don't know, buildings and theaters and homes and stuff.
Yeah, I used to have a... in fact, you know Kate.
Yeah.
Kate's big into that kind of thing. I don't know if she necessarily believes in it. I mean, she does believe in it, but she's not one of the absolute loonies, right?
Yeah. Like one of those people who like, I sense a ghost. Yeah.
Her and one of my other ex-colleagues went to one of these haunted houses in England.
Yeah.
And there's quite a few of them around where I live.
I
apparently,
imagine.
I don't know. It's a very haunted place, apparently. And yeah, they're going around with a group of random people. One of the guys, this was like an older guy.
Yeah.
Like 40s or something, and he was going around trying to antagonize the ghosts by like running into a room and shouting,
Oi!
I can't say that word actually. You ghosts are all beep. Like, I bet you suck beep.
Oh my god! Sorry, I was trying to cough away from the mic, but
yeah, and I think that's hilarious. I would love to see that kind of thing, far more than any,
oh my god.
I don't know. It's just there's too many things that are real in life to worry about without having to worry about ghosts and
Oi,
things.
come out and invite me, you fucking ghosts!
Yeah. I thought you were gonna say the word for a second.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to keep it as PC as possible.
Yeah. But yeah, you can imagine. I was so eager to. We never ended up going as three people.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's funny. I don't remember where this. I think you have to like disclose to people that, like, if somebody has recently died in a house or something like that, or
do you have to? Do you?
I think in the U.S. at least.
Hmm.
And I wonder if that's like based on superstition. Like people, I feel like you'd rather not know.
I think I heard about a house in the US somewhere where if you can stay inside of it for, I think it was like an hour or something, then they will give you like $1,000.
It's, well, there's something, I don't know if it's the same thing. There is like a, what is it? Like this room, it's like the quietest room around, and it's so well soundproof that the decibel level is like negative 160 something, to the point where you can hear your heartbeat in your ears. It's like that quiet, and it like fucks with people. Like it's rare for people to be able to stay in there for more than 10 minutes, let alone an hour. I don't know if that's the same thing you're thinking of though.
I don't know, hang on. Haunted house ward?
There's actually a couple really famous like Halloween spots around where I live. Salem, Massachusetts is a big one because they had the whole Salem witch trials and everything.
Yeah. I just typed in haunted house reward and it comes up with the house. I don't know what. Oh, McCamey Manor. Okay. Operates year round, and there is a waiting list of over 24,000 people. The newest iteration of the performance, a 10-hour experience called Desolation, offers a prize of $20,000 for successful completion, but deducts $500 from the prize for every failed challenge or use of profanity.
What? Why use of profanity? What if you want to tell the ghost to fuck off?
Well, exactly. I guess.
Wait,
hang on. But if you start like replacing profane words, like "you jack-a-snipper," does that count?
Yeah. What if you say a normal word in a profane manner?
Yeah.
I love that stuff like that exists. Because of course that's why there's a waiting list, because people like you and me hear it, and I hear that, I'm like, I want to do that. I could do that.
The house permits just a handful of patrons to enter each weekend. Guests are not required to pay any entrance fee. Instead, McCamey accepts payment only in dog food for his pet dogs. At the Tennessee location, those aged 21 can get in, or 18 to 20 with parental consent.
Huh.
Oh, there's more than one. One in Alabama.
Wait. 18 to 21 need parental consent. Is there like just tons of booze in the house? Like, I don't know.
18 to 20, I guess it's just that creepy. The tour can last from 4 to 8 hours, and no guest has made it all the way through, despite previously not allowing safe words. So people have like forcefully broken out of the house, I guess.
Weird.
The guests have the option to use... McCamey says the guests have the option to use one that ends the experience immediately. House operates year-round, and they're... Yeah. Wow, that's pretty cool. Whenever I read these things, I'm like, it can't be that scary.
That's what's going through my mind right now. I'm like, it can't be that bad.
But I mean, if that many people have been like, nope, then it must be.
Yeah, I mean, unless they've got this is my nuclear bunker. I have unshielded plutonium in this room.
Yeah, just pump psychedelics through a couple of the vents and
oh my god. That reminds me of
pictures of Freud.
Not anything that Freud would think you'd be scared of, just Freud himself.
Just himself, yes.
Just like here's his beardy face on a couple walls, and that'll fuck with you.
That beardy face. Interesting stuff though.
I kind of want to do this. That sounds really interesting.
Yeah. The house that I remember originally being, I don't think this is the same one, but it was a house that had all kinds of like trap rooms. That is to say, like doors that have a drop into nothingness kind of thing.
So yeah. Finish your thought, because I just thought of a funny story that I have to tell in this segment.
Well, that was it. There was a really amazing architect, I think, that built it. Go.
I mentioned Salem, Massachusetts earlier, which is because of the Salem witch trials, big Halloween town. I actually have a friend that grew up there, and as a result, he grew up hating Halloween because it was just full of fucking annoying tourists. His town would fill up with them every Halloween. But a few years back, I went there with a couple friends, and we did one of those escape room things. And they were like haunted themed because it was Salem. And the one we did was like a Dracula one. And we had to solve puzzles to get from room to room. We solved the first room fairly quickly. You have an hour to finish them. And in the next room, you have to solve a whole bunch of puzzles. And it's kind of obvious what you eventually need to get, because there's a Dracula in a coffin. He's got a hole in his chest. You have to find a stake.
Okay.
But that's not spoiling anything. You know that's your objective. You just have to keep solving puzzles to eventually get the stake. My friend Juan, he decides that we're looking for stuff and looking for hints. He steps over like this rope next to the Dracula, and he's like, oh, there's a hole in him, and just sticks his fingers in Dracula's chest, which sets...
Is there a key in there?
No. And it sets off the motion sensor in his chest to say to the people outside that they solved the puzzle, because there's essentially a sensor in there where you should have put the stake through, and that triggers it to go like, hey, you solved the puzzle. We'd only been in there for like 15 minutes. There's no way we could have solved it that fast. So they come in and they're like, oh, hey, congratulations. And then we're like, no, we're not actually done.
That was the world's fastest time. Well done.
It's like, no, we're not done. My friend just fingered Dracula. Oh my god, it was. But yeah, just thinking of.
You'd think they'd have like some kind of light-emitting sensor from the stake
or something. Apparently, it was a little lower budget than that. It was just a normal sensor that would detect if something was stuck in Dracula's chest.
Yeah.
No, they just didn't assume that he would fucking stick his fingers in there.
Oh my god.
I mean, we were really exploring every option. Oh.
I mean, that's fair enough. If you see a gross hole in a challenge room, chances are there's probably something in it.
He has a bad history with escape room challenges. He also broke one that we went to.
Yeah.
Like, there was this little, it was like a Aztec themed one, and there was this little stone idol. Well, it's supposed to be stone. It was made of foam. Styrofoam.
Yeah.
And it was sitting on this pedestal, and what you're supposed to do is fiddle around with the pedestal, and it'll eventually shine a light out of the statue. He goes like, oh, look, a statue, and just tries to pick it up off the platform and rips it in half. Because this is made out of styrofoam. So he broke it.
Oh my god. This first third of the Halloween podcast is
surprisingly jolly.
It's very Yeah.
Use your words.
I can't use words. I need my coffee. Yes. What was the topic again?
We were just talking about haunted shit and supernatural,
Right.
whether or not people believe in it. Like, because that law I was talking about that you have to disclose if somebody died in the house.
Right. Yeah.
Like that probably goes back to people being superstitious about I don't want to live in a haunted house or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, I can understand someone not wanting to, but then I can also understand, like a student who's not got the most money being like, oh, sweet, a cheaper house because someone died here.
Died in there. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been playing Phasmophobia, as you know.
Yep.
And honestly, the ghosts in that are just so inconsiderate. Like,
Oh, that's the worst problem.
it's just the worst. Like, they, when you want them to show up, they never show up. And then when you don't want them to show up, they slam doors in your face and you just can't get out.
You're just making them sound like rude roommates.
They're just wankers, alright? I do all my stuff, I put all the stuff out to capture them, I've got the books they can write in case they get bored and they can do a little doodle. I've got the EMF reader, I've got the spirit box to communicate with them, which never fucking works, by the way. It's never below 10 degrees, so I never get that clue. What else? They never step in the salt piles, because they just TP to a random part of the bloody room. They don't dirty the sink water, which I don't even understand the logic behind that. It's just a goddamn nightmare. And so I'm there, sitting in the middle of a room with all this paraphernalia about me, standing on top of a goddamn crucifix with a camera out, just sitting there waiting.
I'm trying really hard not to just laugh into the mic.
And I've been playing with Cool Seed.
Yeah, yep.
And she's a massive wuss, alright? I'm sorry for listening to this. No, I'm not sorry for listening to this. Screw you, you never came in and helped. So she was standing outside of the house, looking through one of the windows at me, and she was the creepiest fucking thing, alright? Because every so often the ghost would appear in the room, and I could see the ghost because my sanitary
meter.
Game,
You're so
I
dirty.
was slowly shitting myself more and more. No. In real life, sanity levels very fine. I was not even slightly spooked. In game, the sanity levels were dropping.
Yeah.
And the ghost appeared in the room with me, and it was so funny because I was just staring at a wall, and then the ghost TP'd to that wall, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I could see the ghost where it had moved from, so it just sonic zoomed into a wall face first, and it was half jibbed in and out of it. And so I was just laughing my ass off while my character went slowly more insane. I was standing on the crucifix, so I was like, fuck you can't do shit to me. And it wasn't moving towards me. I was trying to get it to hunt me. So I was calling it all kinds of names. I was calling it a creepy vegan redneck or something, and taunting it. And yeah, I even started creeping up behind it with in the crouched position. I feel like it was more afraid of me. Yeah, and Core and the other one person we were playing with refused to come in the house at any point. And then eventually, when I was like, okay, fuck it, it's not hunting me, I'm going to leave the house now. And the moment I step into the hallway, all the doors lock and it just eats my face.
I just the way you describe the ghost in that game, it really just sounds like, you've got a dick for a roommate instead of a haunting.
I mean, I feel like I was more of a dick to it because it's the thing that supposedly lives there.
Oh,
but also the names are so vanilla. I don't know, John Stevens. Ooh, John Stevens, very scary. I don't know, it should be Dracule Vincent or something.
Some kind of cool, like, badass ghost name.
But no, you're not walking around like... Okay, you walk around asylums occasionally.
Can you imagine
But
how
most of the
much
time
it
it's just...
would suck if, like, you were actually being haunted and you found out you were being haunted by someone as boring as John Stevens?
Exactly. Like, what have I done to them? Christ. Maybe I'll get haunted by one of them now that I've mocked their name on.
It's like,
on a podcast.
oh no, I'm being haunted by John Stevens. He's wearing a sweater vest and he's gonna do my taxes.
Not Equestrian Johnson. I hear he has a massive... No.
God. All right. On that note, you know what? I think we've got as much as we can out of the haunting topics.
Yeah. It's just dumb.
Yeah. Oh my god. I gotta compose myself. Yeah. So I think we'll call it there for segment 1. Thank you for listening, and we will be back soon with segment 2, which will be haunted media this time around. And welcome back to the TMCJ podcast. We are on segment 2 of our spooky episode. I'm going to continue to use that word because it's not offensive. It just means creepy or haunted.
Yep.
I still can't believe that. Anyway. Yeah, so welcome back. Segment 2. We're talking about media. Specifically, I figured we can just chat about and discuss... well, we already talked quite a bit about horror games, so horror movies, or strangely horror books, if those exist. I mean, I think they technically do, but...
Yeah, I mean,
feel like...
would you consider, like, Darren Shan to be a horror book?
What's Darren Shan?
I've talked about it a couple of times on the podcast, I think. The demon books, and he does vampire books as well, and...
Gotcha. I mean...
I think he's doing did a zombie series more recently as well.
I feel like there are definitely what are considered like classical horror books that have stopped being horrified because people have kind of become numb to the concepts of them. So
yeah, I mean, films and games portray horror so well these days that books really just don't cut it anymore.
But that's not what I'm talking about. So I'm specifically talking about two things right off the bat. One of them is it always gets quoted and people talk about Lovecraftian, but Lovecraft's books, some of the original ones that he did, and people get it wrong because they just jump to, hey, Cthulhu, but his books, his old ones, at least some of the short stories and novels that he wrote were about kind of the horror of the human not the human condition, but like the horror. And it was existential horror. It was horrifying because it was introducing the concept that humans were so tiny and insignificant that there were these greater beings out there that the only reason they didn't snuff us out of existence is because we were beneath their notice. And I feel like now that's just kind of the attitude most people have, is that humans are tiny and insignificant.
Yeah, I mean, so Lovecraft's thing, you're absolutely right, is all about people's psychologies. It wasn't like, you know, the Skyrim way of doing things where it's like, I'm a dark wizard, therefore I want to summon demons to take over the world.
Yeah.
No, it was, there's these 3 people who live in a fishing village that you've never kind of even thought about before, and those 3 people one day start eating eels alive, and suddenly they are mutating and sacrificing young children or something, like really fucked up shit.
Yeah, they become cultists kind of out of left field.
Yeah, one of the most famous Lovecraftian stories is The Shadow over Innsmouth.
I've heard of that one. I haven't read it, but I've heard of it.
Yeah, and Innsmouthers, which are people who live in Innsmouth, in quite a few of his stories, and it's so popular that this is something that I realized the other day when I was playing RuneScape. There's actually a homage to Shadow over Innsmouth. There's a quest called Shadow over something. I can't remember what the town they called it was. And yeah, there's these Cthulhu-esque monsters in it, and basically Innsmouth was a town of people, I think, that they all became, I won't say how, but they all basically became fish people. And there's quite a few Cthulhu games out there these days, and there's quite recently there was a big like adventure detective game.
I'm in the middle of playing it, actually. It was
really?
It was free on the Xbone. It was one of their games with gold things, so I am
very
in the middle
good game.
of playing it. And yeah, I like it.
It's particularly if you like rich story. Like if you just want to shoot stuff, it's definitely not the right game for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's very grungy, very dark, and quite disgusting at some points.
I mean, there's it's the you have to be in the right mood for that kind of game. You're right. It's the same way with like movies. You have to be in the right mood for certain kinds of movies. Sometimes you just want to see stuff blow up, and sometimes you're in there for like a long, drawn-out, methodically crafted story or atmosphere.
But yeah, so you've seen The Fish People then?
I have not gotten to that point.
Okay. Do you know what? Could you name the game quickly? I just want to double check that it is.
We may be talking about different games.
Yeah.
I think it may just be called. You know what?
Call of Cthulhu?
I don't think it's Call of Cthulhu. Talk while I look this up.
Okay, because the one that there was actually two that came out quite recently. One of them, they're both really good.
It is Call of
Cthulhu.
Cthulhu.
Same studio.
Yeah, it is Call of Cthulhu.
Call of Cthulhu. Yeah, was is this which one is this? Because there's two. I think this is the slightly older one.
Yeah, I'm looking through it. This looks like the game I was playing. Oh wait, no, it doesn't. Maybe this isn't the game I was playing. All right, we're all just talking nonsense, but the point being, there are a lot of good there's a lot of good and bad things that have been based off of those original concepts from Lovecraft.
Oh yeah.
But the other book I was going to mention, which is kind of a literary classic that I think was more horrifying at the time, was Frankenstein.
Yep, I've read that.
We had to read it in school. I
really shit. Sorry.
What? I actually liked that book.
I don't know. Go on. I'll give my.
I have maybe it's an acquired taste. But I have a taste for some of the older books that are kind of dry and difficult to get through, but I don't know. So that's one of them. I thought it's another example that isn't as horrifying now, but maybe just because we've kind of become numb to some of the concepts in it.
Yeah, it's definitely not scary.
It's horrifying. I think that the concept, it was supposed to be horrifying because he's there's
an unstoppable, unimaginable beast that constantly follows you. Yeah,
yeah, and
I get that.
But there was also the element of, it's horrifying because it's dead and it doesn't quite belong in this world, which. Now I feel like stuff like that is a dime a dozen in most literature and movies and stuff.
And everyone they made Frankenstein in the media to look horrifying so that people could hate it more easily. But in the books originally, Frankenstein's monster was actually really beautiful, I think.
Yeah, he was attractive. There was a whole not attractive, but he looked like a normal human.
Yeah. And yeah, the struggle I had with it is that just everybody died. All of the characters died, one after the other.
Hey, I have been reading Game of Thrones, or the as the book series is accurately called, A Song of Ice and Fire. I've been reading it since, like, 2002. At the time, there were only 2 books, I think. And so don't tell me about all the characters dying. That book is, like, famous. Those books are famous because all the characters fucking die.
Yeah. I don't know.
Although I haven't, I still haven't finished it because he hasn't finished the book series.
Yep.
Anyway, little mini rant, but go on.
Other classical ones. Dracula, which came from Nosferatu. Which I was watching, as you know, I was watching. Okay, this is a very modern take on a take on a take on a take kind of thing.
Yeah.
What was it called? Alucard.
Oh, yeah. Shit. Symphony of the Night?
No.
Devil May Cry?
No. Anyway, animation.
Helsing.
That's the one. But that made me want to read up more on Dracula. I think.
Yeah.
Because they do. I think they might put little bits of the original story in there. Like, I assume the whole thing about the Mongols invading Dracula's land. Yep. Like, I can understand that. That's like a really good setup for a story.
Yeah, the Mongol Empire invaded Eastern Europe quite a bit. Like, they got as far as like Poland and in the northern bits, and as far as, like, you know, through Romania and up through the Caucasus and the southern bits of Europe. So that's legit, like, where Count Dracula, quote unquote, would have been. Although the guy that Dracula is based off of Vlad Dracul, was actually he was like a nobleman that ruled over those regions, but I believe the people he fought were actually the Ottomans.
Oh, yeah, you're probably right.
And he was like, his thing was impaling people.
Yeah,
like
big wooden spikes.
Yeah, essentially he did it in. It's a fascinating story. If you ever want to look the guy up, who Dracula is actually based on, the nobleman from the Transylvania region.
It's weird that Dracula's based off him, but Dracula can only be killed with a wooden stake through the heart, kind of thing.
I wonder if that's where they got it from, just because
I would assume so.
Because he impaled so many people. Maybe that's where they took the idea from. Alright. I'm always obsessed with history, so it was it's a pretty fascinating story if you're into that sort of thing. Looking back at the actual person. So we talked about books for a surprising amount of this. I honestly was just gonna mention books, like talk about, you know, Lovecraft and Frankenstein, and then move on to movies. But astonishingly, there's books. I feel like in the media segments in general, books are a topic that sneak up on me quite a bit.
Yeah, I kind of forget them until they're brought up, and now I'm like, oh shit, yeah.
It's like there's actually quite a bit to talk about here. It's
something that I save at the back of my mind, not the forefront. I guess because I'm staring at it for so long, I have to pay attention.
They kind of they embed in the back there.
What's trick or treating like over there, by the way?
Well, normally it's just this absolute chaos of kids and young adults and teenagers all running around dressed up, looking for candy.
Yeah, see, we used to get that where we lived like many years ago, but since then, like the last 12 years or so, barely get any people trick or treating anymore. I mean, especially there's not going to be any this year, I don't think. But
yeah, around where I live, I live in a city. They've already canceled it around here, so there's no, like, normally like big towns or cities will designate dates and times for trick or treating, so that there's kind of a communal awareness. Like, they've got, you know, traffic cops out to make sure the kids don't get run over. It essentially,
that's another thing.
Yeah,
I think the moment you hit like 12 or 13, you should not be trick-or-treating unless you're accompanying a child.
You still see people. I kind of agree, but I don't know. I had friends that would do it all the way up until they were like 15 or 16. And I'd go out with them, but I don't like sweet things. So the candy was never a thing. I like dressing up in a costume. I thought it was fun to try to think of a.
That's fine. That's good. But like turning up at old folks' houses when you're like 3 big burly guys wearing really actually scary outfits, because that's what, like, they are pretty fucking scary these days. The more progressed
Oh my god.
People are getting at costume design.
Yeah, you just reminded me of a little video clip I saw, and the subject was like how I'm handling trick or treat or social distancing trick or treating or something like that, and it was just this little clip, and this guy and a kid in a costume, an older guy, it's clearly his kid, show up at the like end of the driveway, right? It was all rehearsed because this was weeks ago that I saw this clip. And there's a string going from the guy's light pole, like at the end of his driveway, to his front door, and there's this little cart, like this little wooden box that slides along the string out there, and in it is a small little bowl of candy and a beer. The guy takes the beer, the kid gets the candy, and then there's like this little return thing, and it zips right back up the line. And I was just like, that's... I mean, I don't know if it was made specifically for this unprecedented era that we find ourselves in, or if it was just something that people, like something clever someone did before to be antisocial.
Yeah. And there's always some people that want, they don't just want one sweet, they want like a handful of sweets.
Yeah.
And then also, there are the complete tool bags that think trick or treat is an excuse if you don't get a treat to egg someone's windows or stamp on their garden and shit like that. And
there's
that
always
is not okay.
There's always going to be those shitty teenagers that do that.
Like, oh my god.
TP and egg.
Grow
and
up.
whatnot. Yeah.
Because we've had our house egged a couple of times, but we've always had like a box of celebrations by the door, right? So people show up, they get a couple of sweets each, and then they head off. And I think a few times people weren't happy with the treats, so they just egged the windows, and that shit is a pain in the ass. To clean.
And it also, if they get any on the paint on the siding of the house, it can cause that to peel off. Yeah, you get that. People doing that as a matter of course. Like, there's always going to be that edgy teenager who's like, we're going to go out and TP a house on Halloween or something like that. And it's just...
Yeah.
It's just being
I'm surprised
a
people do it in America. I feel like it'd be a lot more risky throwing an egg at someone's house if you could think that they might be firing buckshot back.
I guarantee you that's probably happened somewhere in the U.S. But you're right. Yeah, it's a little bit more of a high risk sport here.
God no.
But you'd probably be hard pressed to find someone who would actually fire at a teenager who was doing that. It'd be someone who would
just you point them out to me.
Oh my god.
So I've kind of grown up with not the best outlook on Halloween, probably.
Yeah. I see. It's always just been a big party over here. Normally, ever since I was.
I think
a kid.
when you're an adult and you can just go out to a Halloween party, I think that's great. I like that. I enjoy that. You can get to dress up. You see your friends. I went to work once I got to go wear my Halloween costume to work because it was Halloween that day, which was great. Lots of people stopped and took photos with me, which is super cool. All the kids loved the costume. All the parents were fucking horrified of me.
I think the Halloween costume I'm probably the most proud of that I've ever done was in college. I did a Sweeney Todd costume because that was right.
Oh yeah.
The movie came out the movie version of it came out in like 2009-ish, I want to say, and I saw it.
Oh yeah,
at
that's what
college.
we're watching, isn't it?
Yeah, that was the movie that I wanted to do for our movie night this week. Because I love that movie. It was one of the first like musicals that was like a non-Disney musical that I really liked.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I did the costume. I had long hair at the time, so it was perfect. I sprayed it back, did dyed it black with the white stripe in it. I actually got like replica like razor blades, the straight edge ones. The costume was entirely like made. So I got like I got some dress pants that we modified to look like that. I made like a leather case for the razor blades out of like an old cell phone case. Like I'm talking about an old cell phone case where the phone was big enough to merit a giant leather case. And just belt, modified vest, and everything, and it was a really good costume. I was very proud of it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. If the more effort you put into it, the more good you feel about it at the end, isn't it? So, that's cool.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, mine's probably the payday one. Honestly, it's not much effort on my part, but it definitely comes. It comes together well because all you need basically is a suit, which I just love wearing suits anyway. So any excuse, and these like bank robber mask kind of thing.
Oh, that reminds me. Speaking of the payday one,
Yeah.
1 year for Halloween, I did like there was another movie that came out, Public Enemies, and it was about like the end of the era of the like highwaymen and the bank robbers in the U.S. And so I did like a bank robber, like a mafia kind of costume. So long black trench coat, bowler hat, not bowler hat, but like a fedora or a trilby kind of hat.
Yeah.
And I had like a Nerf shotgun that I painted black. The problem is I painted over the orange tip of the gun.
Yeah, that's illegal.
It is, and it made it look very much like a real, like, tactical short-barreled shotgun. And it was pointed out to me very quickly, and I was like, "Oh shit!" And I had a pocket knife on me, so I scraped it off so you could see the orange again. But we had on-campus police, and if I had been walking around with that thing, I imagine they would have had words for me.
Yeah, I can imagine. I always feel, even with those things on, I feel very nervous walking around with that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you always gotta be careful with it.
What were you going to say?
Yeah, I was like, you always gotta be careful with that sort of thing.
We were sat having food yesterday. Actually, it was while we were drinking last night, right?
Yeah.
And someone came in wearing like the Jigsaw outfit.
Oh god.
Oh god, I couldn't. I have not seen Saw. I'm never going to watch Saw.
Yeah.
It's really something that turns my stomach.
A bunch of my friends in high school loved those movies. I could not watch them.
Yeah, but Alicia was like, I want to kind of go over and ask for a photo. I was like, no, I'm not. And I don't think you should either.
It's the real one. You wake up in a room with a bomb in your chest.
And yeah. But apparently, if you go there to that place again today, which I can't because I'm not over there anymore, you get a free drink if you come in costume today.
Huh. That's pretty cool.
That was really cool. I really love that place anyway, but
that is really cool. All right. Well, we are actually we're still pretty good on time for this segment. So let me go down. We haven't actually talked about horror movies, really. I mean, we touched on Sweeney Todd. I don't know if that's really a horror movie. So I guess it sort of is.
yeah.
But
I would say so.
trying to think of like horror movie classics. I don't remember if I talked. No, I didn't talk about this last week because we did double movie night last week. Invasion of the Body Snatchers, the 1970s version. I saw that the other night. I went over to a friend's house. We did pumpkin carving, and and then they set up like a projector in the backyard, and a bunch of my friends and I we were outside watching. With that movie.
Your excellent carving, by the way, on Twitter now. If anyone wants to go and see it.
Oh my god, that pumpkin had such a derpy face.
It was moderately derpy, yes.
Oh my
Although I don't know if it's in the background behind you, people might see it for the third part of the segment anyway.
No, I had to throw it out. It was starting to get moldy.
Dang. All right.
I may, well, you know, it's on the Twitter account. If people want to see it, it's there at TMCJ Podcast. So yeah, the movie. I actually thought it was a well done horror movie. But again, this goes back to the fact that horror movies really don't get to me. I watched through the whole thing, and my reaction wasn't like, "Oh, I'm scared," or "I'm unnerved," or "I was going to have nightmares." It was, "Oh, that was pretty good." Like, yeah. the concept behind the movie, spoilers if you haven't seen it, and I would recommend seeing it because it's, if you haven't and you like horror movies, it's made in the 1970s, but it still holds up pretty well. The concept takes place in California somewhere, and some kind of alien plant ends up on Earth, and it slowly is like growing replicas of people who are like they're the same and they have the same memories, but they're not quite right. And but no one believes the few people that are figuring it out, and it's just like this tiny group of people trying desperately to survive and stop it from spreading and get the word out, and things get worse and worse. And,
like World's End.
Yeah, it's a wait what?
World's End, the comedy with Sean Pegg.
Haven't seen it.
Oh, the Cornetto trilogy.
I don't know what that is.
Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and World's End.
I have not seen any of those. I haven't seen Shaun of the Dead.
What?
I have seen the parody of Shaun of the Dead called Juan of the Dead.
Wow.
Which honestly is a hilarious horror movie. If you was looking for a funny horror movie to watch, Juan of the Dead is definitely, that's a Juan. It takes place in Cuba, and it is absolutely hilarious.
Oh my god. Well, watch Shaun of the Dead first. I highly recommend, because it is like one of the very few horror films, A, that I've seen, and B, that is actually hilarious as well.
It's one of those classic. It's something that is kind of a classic. I've never seen it.
It's also very British, so I suppose there is that.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not that it's not really available here. A couple of my best friends in high school, they watched it and they loved it, and they tried to get me to watch it, and I just never did.
Oh my god. I have to make you watch that this week.
It's somewhere on the list.
Also, yeah, so you haven't seen Hot Fuzz either?
No, I didn't even know they were related, honestly. I've
it's the same actors.
I've heard of it, I just haven't seen it.
Even the Irish guy from Black Books is in it.
Okay.
Oh, me on my
I haven't seen it.
That is. Dylan Moran, that's the one. Yeah, sorry.
Black Books was a good series too. Oh my god.
But anyway, sorry, you were saying.
I don't even remember what I was saying. Oh, I was talking about Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Just good movie. The atmospherically very well done. Some of the special effects are a bit dated, but their special effects aren't what the movie's about. It's more like a psychological thing, like getting into the mindset of these people who like they can't trust anyone and they can barely trust each other. They never quite know like who is and isn't one of these body snatchers.
It sounds like a less it sounds like a more scary version of Day of the Triffids.
I also don't know what that is.
Oh my fuck. Day of the Triffids is old, man. That's so old.
Sorry, I don't...
Fucking hell. Okay, basically, some chemical factory, right? This plant gets out of control and kills the guy, and then a bunch of these plants like start breeding, spreading across the world, and if you like touch them, then you instantly die. And these plants are like all over the streets. They're like chasing people. There's a fucking film about it as well. But it originally came from a book. They're like giant Venus flytraps.
Okay.
That kind of chase people.
Well, this one, they're plants too in this thing, but they look like people.
Yeah, okay.
And, like, once they're fully
that's
formed.
what made me think of it, but yeah.
Yeah. There's actually a good number of recognizable actors in Invasion of the Body Snatchers too. The guy that played Spock in the original Spock.
Yeah, I can't remember.
That dude, Daniel Glover, is his name? Maybe.
Danny Glover.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. He was the guy that played the president in Hunger Games.
Oh, that's definitely not Danny Glover.
Is it Donald Glover? Maybe. I don't know. I'm bad with actors' names, but there's those two. Jeff Goldblum's in it. He's very young in that.
Oh yeah. Jeff Goldblum, jeepers.
Yeah, it was a good movie.
Man. Oh, have you seen Jurassic Park 1? No, you haven't, have you? We've spoken about this before.
Well,
fuck me.
The original Jurassic Park I've seen.
Oh, you have? Okay, well, that's
but
alright.
not
you don't need to watch the rest.
I think when we talked about it, I thought you were talking about the new movies. I haven't seen the new Jurassic Park.
No. They're all garbage.
Are they? Okay. I
Unless you want to see like an advert that stretches for 2 hours long. Because that's what it is.
I'm running around, I'm just picturing somebody sprinting away from a T-Rex just going, "Drink Coke!"
Yeah, literally everything, every single screen like shot has some kind of branding in it, it feels like. It is everywhere.
Oh, it's like, oh no, I'm going to be eaten. If only I had some Air Jordans.
Ooh. Red Bull, it gives me wings.
And I'm gonna fly off.
Flies away.
I would actually see that movie. If a movie if not even trying to be like subtle about the product placement, just the most blatant, over the top, like parody of like a product placement commercial. Like I would love seeing a movie like that.
I don't know. I think it'd get old pretty fast.
It would get old pretty fast, but that's why I'm saying it would work. But it hasn't been done to the best of my knowledge. So somebody needs to do it once.
It'd be a good short film, yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. And it probably wouldn't stretch for a whole 2 hours or something like that. But I don't know. It'd be. I think it'd be entertaining. But you're right. It probably would have to be short. Okay. We're actually we're at time for this segment. Do you have any final thoughts, last minute things you want to discuss before we move on to segment 3?
Not immediately comes to mind. Nope.
All right. Well, in that case, this is the end of segment 2. Thank you all for listening, and we will be back soon with segment 3 of our spooky special. And welcome back to the TMCJ podcast. We are now on segment 3, a segment that Blue has told me very little about. He's got an idea, and he has told me to procure a bottle of totally not alcohol.
Beverage.
A beverage of something. So we'll see what this actually entails with Blue. Do you want to tell me what you're actually thinking?
Okay,
sorry, one
right.
other thing. You may notice if you're watching this on YouTube, this isn't gameplay footage, it's my face. He's also told me to have a video camera on, so...
Yes. Well, just for the funds, and I've also asked you to procure a special Halloween hat, which, there it is.
Which I now have to wear over my headset.
Is it a king or a pope hat?
I think it's supposed to be a crown. Which,
oh, okay. If it was a pope hat, you could be like dispelling evil demons.
This is going to
Pope
fall.
style.
This is going to fall off my head at some point.
Okay, but yes, we got that as the entertainment factor for when everything else falls through. Okay, it's gonna be a spooky Halloween quiz.
Okay.
Which people at home can follow along with too. If you get a question wrong, fairly obvious, I get to drink. No, I'm kidding. You have to take a drink of special legal juice.
Rice juice.
Legal rice juice, yep. Filled with people's hopes and dreams. And if you get it right, then I have to drink.
Okay.
My definitely just Coca-Cola.
Let me just open this.
No cocaine in it at all.
So it's ready.
Good. Right. Yes. Get the first one. And so you'll have 1 minute for each question, which might be generous for some of them, but frankly, I wrote half of them while sat in a kitchen drinking.
All right.
So some of the questions might be a little bit more out there. Some might be a bit easier.
So I'm just gonna say right off, I'm not gonna take the whole minute. I will literally just answer off the top of my head.
Okay. Well,
Because
otherwise
that's how you do things. It's balls deep or not at all.
absolutely. Other ones you will definitely need the full minute for.
Okay.
And there's one of them as well that is going to be less than a minute, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. The minute starts when I start asking the question. All right.
Got it.
Okay. Are you prepared for this first spooky themed quiz?
My body is ready.
2020. All right. Are you already drinking?
It's tea.
Oh, okay.
This is just green tea.
All right. Mm. Totally non-alcoholic tea. Gotcha.
It's literally just green tea. Okay, fine. Go on.
All right. Silence clock in 3, 2, 1. When was trick-or-treating invented?
Oh, fuck.
Starting off with a toughie.
I feel like it was a post-war thing. I'm gonna say like 1947. Do I get a margin for error? Like, or
okay, so everything is down to my generosity.
All right.
Okay.
I'm gonna
give this question 5 years on either side.
Okay, I'm still saying 1947. I'm saying
1947. Wrong. 1930. Trick-or-treating was invented.
Okay, post-war, but the wrong post-war.
Wrong. Yes, exactly. Wrong war. I believe it was invented in America by a lady who was basically sick and tired of kids coming around at that time of year and just destroying her garden and stuff. So she set up all these event things where people would go around and get their excitement and mayhem out in other ways rather than setting fire to shit.
Interesting.
If you've seen, it's a vague recollection of Drunk History. There's a really good episode on it. For anyone listening,
I've seen Drunk History is good. I haven't watched enough of that. I've only seen a few episodes. All right,
very good.
Off to a good start.
Okay, yes, you've had your dream juice.
Yes, I have.
Okay, next question. Start the clock. Name 8 Halloween costumes.
Oh, rabbit, nurse, vampire, zombie, ghost. How many is that? 5?
I'm not counting rabbit, by the way, as a costume.
Well, you're not counting. Okay, fine. Animal.
Yep.
But any kind of animal.
No, that doesn't count.
All right, fine. It doesn't count. So I'm at 4.
35 seconds. You're on 4.
Shit. Well, if I can't name animals, then what the hell am I gonna do? Doctor.
Oh, come on, there's so many.
I did nurse.
Well, you already got nurse.
Okay, fine. What's another? Gangster. That's one. Hobo.
Sure. A hobo?
Yeah, a hobo.
It's a way of life.
You look like
What?
dress up like a bum.
6 seconds.
Shit. All these arbitrary rules.
Time up!
I can't
That's
name
a failure.
animals. When I was a kid, I dressed up as a tree one year. I dressed up as a banana tree. That was the
Sure you weren't thinking of nativity or something. Like,
No.
who the fuck dressed up as a tree?
I did. I went trick-or-treating as a tree. It was just like a tube of cardboard with a hole cut out for my face.
So it's more like trick-or-treating.
Oh,
That's
shut
not
the
how
fuck
you took it.
Shut the fuck up.
You could have had, like, so many good stuff. You could have had,
Bunny? Like, they could dress up as, like, fucking Roger Rabbit or some
superheroes. Cowboys.
Okay, cowboys are okay, but you won't take a hobo?
I mean, well, hobo is not like, that's just being lazy and demanding sweets off of people. I don't know, Donald Trump.
Okay,
Hitler?
presidents, yeah, you can dress it, you have the face mask, you get the Obama mask, probably a Trump
Yep.
mask. Okay, I can see that, but...
Superheroes, like I said. Anyway, next one.
I panicked when
Have
you
you
said I
taken-
couldn't use animals. Alright, hold up.
Rabbit? What's fucking Halloweeny about a rabbit? That's Easter, you idiot.
Bugs Bunny, I don't know, you could people dress up like a horse.
You might have got the point if you had said Bugs Bunny, to be fair.
Okay,
That's a
it had to be a
character.
named character.
Yeah. Okay, right. Question 3.
Okay.
What was... Oh, hang on. Go. What was the most popular costume in 2019? There's... Any one of the top 3 I will give you.
Can I'm gonna ask for a hint. Is it a general thing or is it a specific thing? Like is it like a named person or is it like a named person or character or is it just like a general purpose thing?
35 seconds. It's a specific thing or person in most of the cases.
Fuck. Well, I mean, since you brought it up before, I'm gonna say Trump.
You just say Trump.
Yeah.
Pause the clock. Okay, the top 3 most popular costumes in 2019. And the first one I'm very disappointed about, and frankly I don't think it should be on this list, but it was, so... The most popular costume in 2019, Fortnite.
What? Just the game? What, do they dress
Just
up like
the
an
game.
island?
I don't know. I don't even know what Fortnite looks like, alright?
I'm gonna play
That
that
was the
famous
top-
video game character called Fortnite. What?
Second most popular one, Spider-Man,
Okay. That makes sense.
because of the film.
Yeah, the new movie
probably.
came out, yep.
And third most popular one, Harley Quinn, because women have been wearing Harley Quinn costumes for the past 10 fucking years now.
Alright, those are legit. Fortnite is bullshit. That shouldn't be...
Fortnite
Who?
is bullshit, yeah.
I'm just gonna play this random generic NPC. I hear somebody dress up like Fortnite. They dressed up like an island? Like a bus with some balloons on it?
Like a bus with balloons on. Yes, that's what I want to see.
Alright.
Okay,
Jesus.
man. That's
I need to get
3
one of
for
these
3,
right
man.
so you can have one of these.
I'm thirsty for these fucking drinks, man. You gotta start winning it.
Give me some fucking... Give me a hit. Okay, fine. Go on. I'll
Okay, the next couple of them, I'm not gonna lie, are pretty easy. And also, they're not like easy getting harder or anything. They're just the first thing that splurged out of my mind at the
I
time.
legit could have got either of the last two if I hadn't... Well, the second one I fucked up. But last one, if I had thought about it for a little more, I probably could have gotten it.
Yeah. Okay. Question number 4. Restarting the clock. Name the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse.
Oh, okay. I got this one. What is it? War, famine... Oh, shit. War and famine, I know.
Yep.
Oh, crap.
This is one of the easy ones, you son of a
Plague?
bitch. You better get it right.
Plague? Maybe?
I'll give you that. It's pestilence. but
Pestilence,
it's
okay.
close.
Pestilence, plague. Oh, crap.
And the 4th horseman of the apocalypse.
Give me a hint. Quick. You need to
It's
drink.
probably the easiest one, and I'm surprised you haven't got it yet.
War, famine, pestilence... Death?
Yes, correct!
Oh.
15 seconds to go. I told you you'd need a fucking minute for these things.
Look, that one should have been easy for me, you're right. I don't know how. Alright, it's your turn.
That was good. Alright.
No more
I'm taking
rice
a drink.
juice for me.
Delicious non-alcoholic drink.
We
I love
honestly
that
should
beverage. What?
We should do a recreation at some point. If we can ever get multiple videos going for this, we should do. Oh, you know what? The next time I'm in the UK, I should bring some recording equipment and we can do a live one of these.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah, we get like a small studio setup kind of thing.
Well, I've got the camera now, and it's actually pretty portable, and it's actually got a really good mic on it.
Yeah. Anyway, on to the next question.
Next question.
And if you get this one wrong, teenage girls across the universe will hate you forever.
I'm ready, Alex. Give me the next question.
Okay. What is the first name of a certain popular teenaged witch?
Sabrina?
Correct!
Alright.
Alright. That was probably the easiest one you're ever gonna fucking get.
There's a new Netflix series, or I guess it's not that new, but they did a remake of Sabrina. I've heard it's not bad.
I was gonna go originally with Mona the Vampire, but I was like, I don't know if that's...
Who the fuck is Mona?
Yeah, I don't think you get that over in America, so that wouldn't be fair.
No, it wouldn't
Mona
have
the
been.
Vampire!
Yeah, I've never heard of that. Sabrina the Teenage Witch, though, I've heard of that one.
Yeah.
Never watched it.
Okay. Right. Next question.
Yeah.
Name the most famous book written by H.P. Lovecraft regarding the occult. I'm looking for a specific book name.
Is this the one you said earlier, the Shadow over Innsmouth or whatever?
Nope.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Well, then I have no idea. Wait.
It's a book that I read not too long ago. In fact, I sent you a picture of it.
Let me quickly look at our chat log.
No, this was like years ago.
Okay. Shit.
Very famous book about the occult.
Is it Call of Cthulhu?
Cthulhu is the main antagonist, isn't it?
Oh, something deep ones.
It's a single word.
Fuck. And that's
5
not the
seconds.
word.
4.
Fish people.
3,
Fish.
2.
Sushi. I don't know.
Out of time. The true answer was the Necronomicon.
Oh, I didn't even know that was by Lovecraft.
Yep, that's H.P. Lovecraft.
Oh.
I sent you a picture of the hardback book with Cthulhu's face on the front.
I do remember you sending me that, and I knew the book. I knew about it. I didn't know that was Lovecraft though.
So when we started talking about it earlier, I was like, "Holy shit, he's gonna nail this quiz at the end!" But no, he sucks ass. Take a drink.
Oh my god.
Oh boy! All right. The next one is one that I don't think there's a hope in hell of you getting.
Oh boy.
But you are a massive nerd, so maybe you'll be able to fudge it. Alright. Starting the clock.
Yep.
During the scouring of the Shire in Middle-earth, how many hobbits were killed to the nearest 5?
Okay. I am not a massive Lord of the Rings nerd, so this is going to be a shot in the dark. I know what I know what that is, so I don't know if that counts. But I have friends who are...
I was in the exact same position when I thought this up. I didn't know why I thought it, and I'm amazed there was an answer online, to be quite honest.
I'm going to waffle back and forth for a couple seconds. How much time do I have?
Okay, you got 27 seconds.
Fuck. How many hobbits are even in this Shire?
What?
38.
38. Your final answer is 38?
Yep.
Okay. The correct answer is 19 hobbits.
Oh, I was actually... Okay, so my logic was good. I was like, it didn't seem like there were that many hobbits, so probably not a lot of them died. Like, even if it was...
When I was briefly reading through the synopsis of it, I mean, a lot of them were saved.
Okay.
Not all the hobbits were killed at the scouring of the Shire.
Let me take you through my logic before I have this beverage, because I just had one like 3 seconds ago. I was thinking of the movies, and I did read Lord of the Rings. Well, I didn't read it, audiobook, but I did go through Lord of the Rings, so I'm like, it didn't seem like there were that many hobbits. There was maybe like a couple hundred. Like the Shire was like rural England. And so it didn't seem like they were that densely populated. And
there's only a couple of hundred of us over here.
You guys are basically hobbits, right? Wait, not you. You're about the size of 3 hobbits.
I was going to say I'm about 3 hobbits, but yeah, go on.
I'm probably closer to the height of a hobbit.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I figured there's not going to be that many of them. They're not that densely populated. There probably was a low count. And then I'm like, but they wanted to like up it and make it seem like it was more tragic, so they probably killed quite a few people. So I was like, maybe if I figure there's like 100 hobbits, maybe like a third of the population. That's why I was like guessing in the 30s. I clearly had no idea how many. Okay, 19.
19.
I got that.
There was also a bunch of other like species.
The next time someone asks me about hobbits, I got that. I'm not supposed to be
okay,
having a team.
you could be like, ha! I know how many died.
I grabbed the wrong
world.
cup.
Oh dear! Did you grab your tea?
I grabbed the tea. That would have been a little bit more pleasant.
All right, are you ready for your next question?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm already
you have 1
halfway
minute
through the rice juice.
Name 12 sweets. Go.
Does it have to be brand names?
What do you mean?
Okay. Well, here's what I was going to do. I was going to go like Kit Kat, Reese's Cup, Reese's Pieces, Hershey Bar, Hershey's Kisses, M&M's, Mars
That's
Bar.
5. Yep.
That's 6, right? 12?
Yep.
Shit.
You do 12. You're halfway there, timer.
Twizzler.
Yep.
Red Vine. Kind of
Okay.
cheating, but that's 8. Fuck. I'm running out of ideas. Whatever that random chocolate I brought back from Switzerland was. Fuck.
That does not count.
Fuck, I don't like candy. Lollipops.
No.
I'll just say lollipops in general.
Lollipops. Okay, fine. I'll let Chupa Chups. Sure.
How much time?
2 seconds.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, whatever. 9. I only got 9. I don't like candy. Fuck.
No. But it was so like it was a Halloween-y question.
Yeah, no. It's legit.
Man.
I actually got I'm surprised I got that many.
Yeah. When I was doing this, because I was asking Alicia all these questions as I was coming up with them. And at the end, she was like, "Oh shit! I just realised I've only been naming chocolate, and she did not mention any other kind of like sweet."
Well, that's what I was doing at first too. I was like Hershey's Kisses, Reese's Cup, Reese's Pieces, M&Ms, and then I was like, "Oh fuck! There's other candy, lollipops, Red Vine, Twizzlers."
Yeah, you can have like Maltesers, Leibniz, Galaxy, Cadbury, Dairy Milk.
Actually, you know what? I do. So first of all, they don't have Maltesers here.
Okay.
One of my friends my friend Raymond got me some from Chinatown, and I think they get them from Hong Kong.
Right.
They're rare here. I don't think they're really a brand. Even Mars bars, you don't really even see those anymore.
Oh. You started
Snickers.
really strong out of the gate with like Kit Kat and stuff like that.
Fucking Snickers. That was another one I could have chosen.
Yep. Classic. Yeah.
Damn it.
You could have just gone through the celebrations tins, basically, just being like Milky Way, Galaxy, Bounty.
Oh, that's another one. Fuck. See,
That
these
was a
are ones
lot.
I know, but I don't. Candy isn't in my mind. The only candy I have in my house is legit this chocolate I brought back from Switzerland, and it's sitting on my shelf over there. And I never. I've had it for over a year
And you
now.
still don't even know the name of it, even though it's in your house.
Hold on. Oh, it's Lint.
A brief
It's
intermission
Lindt
while
chocolate.
Kaiser finds his chocolate bar.
It's Lint. I could have
It's
said
Lindt.
Lint.
Lindor.
Yeah, that kind of shit.
God damn.
So, by the way, this segment, just because I'm getting so excited and shouting and clapping and stuff, I've maxed out the mic so many times.
Oh dear, it's gonna take a lot of editing.
Yeah, I'm oh, God.
Okay.
And now
You know
I'm
how
gonna have to
you're
do editing after this.
You know how you're always like having a go at me? Well, whenever I have a go at you for like misreading something, you're like, "Oh, it's because I've got reading badly disability thing."
No, I don't actually have any sort of disability. I do. I don't know. Maybe I have some kind of undiagnosed dyslexia because I'm always mixing up letters and words and sounds and stuff. But
yeah,
it's not bad enough that I can't function, or that I'm
okay.
ever
Well,
bothered
get
to go
ready
to a
for this
doctor.
next one then.
Oh, Jesus
Okay.
Christ. Okay, go on.
All right. This is a special question, which is shortening the time limit from 1 minute to 10 seconds. Okay?
I'm ready.
And I'll read out the question and then hit the go on this, because otherwise it's going to be slightly unfair. Alright. You have 10 seconds to spell Halloween backwards. Go.
Neeowollah.
Yes! You got it with less than a second to go.
Holy shit.
Oh. Good job. Alright, I'm taking a drink.
I'm normally, like, terrible at spelling in general. Alright.
Yeah, I was like, is that too mean?
So I went to an engineering college, as you know, and there's a running joke that, like, engineers are just shit at spelling.
Right.
And it seems to be true, in fact. Just grammar and language in general. Like, we're good with numbers and we forget everything else. And yeah, I can't spell worth shit. I was surprised that I got that.
That was good. Like, I don't know if I would have been able to get it.
Well, especially going through half a bottle of rice juice.
Yeah. Okay, well, what question are we on now?
Yeah, how many of these are there?
I think we're on... There was 15. We're on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you just finished the 9th question, so we're on question 10 of 15.
Right, 6 more.
Okay. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, it's back to the 1 minute counters for the rest of them.
Yep.
And starting the clock. What's the name of the character in Nightmare Before Christmas that's made of bugs in a burlap sack?
Oh, fuck. When you asked that question, I was like, oh, this is easy. Jack Skellington. I know, because I was thinking of the main character.
Yep.
Fuck. And now this guy, I want to call him Bugger, but that's not right.
That's not very Disney.
No, it isn't. Although, that doesn't mean the same thing in the US that it means in the UK.
Yeah, I wouldn't want someone following me around called Bugger. 20 seconds.
Fuck. Jack Fat Ass Bugman.
Jack Ass. 10 seconds.
I don't know. I legit don't know. I remember fighting him as a boss in Kingdom Hearts,
5,
but I can't remember his name.
3, 2, 1.
Jack Buggington.
Jack Nicholson, what?
I called him Jack Buggington.
Okay, what's the name of the character in Nightmare Before Christmas made of bugs in a burlap sack? Oogie Boogie.
Oh, fuck! I know that. Oh, now that you've said it. Okay, I don't remember him from the movie. I've only seen that movie once. I dated a girl in college that really liked it.
Right.
And I watched it with her. But I've only seen the movie that one time. But I did fight him as a boss in Kingdom Hearts, and I remember him from that. So I knew exactly the character you were talking about, but I couldn't remember his name.
When I was writing this one up, it was I was like, okay, let's get some kind of like Disney related question, because Kaiser watches a bit of Disney, and I wanted a really common one so that most people at home will also possibly know the answer. And so I was basically asking Alicia what the question should be, and she came up with this. And I was like, so sorry, explain that to me like again. I said like 3 times. I was like, what are you talking about? A person made of bugs in a sack?
Oh my god.
Alright.
Well,
but yes, thank you.
So I knew the character, and the thing is, I even know the main guy, Jack Skellington, right?
Yeah, everyone knows Jack Skellington. I haven't seen the film, and I know Jack Skellington.
Okay. Fine. I was expecting... I don't know why I'm expecting lowball questions, but...
Well, hopefully you've seen this next film, then. I mean...
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, this is another pretty tough one. To be fair, hang on. Most of the questions from this point on are pretty tough.
Well, I've been fucking up the easy ones, so let's...
I will be impressed if you get any of them. Okay, 1 minute on the clock.
Okay.
Who framed Roger Rabbit in the popular film Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Shit. I've seen that movie, but I haven't seen it since I was like 4. I watched this movie when I was a kid. Oh, fuck. Was it his girlfriend?
No.
Oh shit. Okay.
What is the antagonist of the film?
It's that fat mafia guy. I don't remember his fucking name.
It's 2 words. The first word is a title, and the second word is like a name. Nothing? 15 seconds.
Dick Nasty.
Take a stab. Big Nasty.
Yeah. I don't know.
Correct.
All right. Yeah. Let me
5
know.
seconds. Okay. The correct answer was Judge Doom.
Judge Doom. I would have never gotten that.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Just, again,
I was like, Kaiser's old. He'll know.
I've seen that, but again, okay. I'll be 32 in a week, and that's
Jesus.
even that movie predated me. I think it came out in I think it came out before I was born.
Really?
Yeah. Hold up. Before we finish this, see when that movie was made, because
All right, I'll quickly.
I feel like it was mid '80s.
1988.
Literally the year I was born.
Yeah.
So, but again, I saw that movie when I was like 3 or 4 years old. So I haven't seen it since then.
Oh man.
I remember watching, because my family used to live in an apartment, and then before we my parents got a house, and so for the first part of my life we were living in that apartment. I remember watching it in that apartment. So I would have had to have been like very, very young. This is starting to hit me.
Is that tea or
No, that was what it was supposed to be.
That was the dream juice. Nice.
Yeah, and
okay.
just for this is completely unrelated to this for strictly legal reasons, but I just finished Sober October, so my tolerance for things that I'm not drinking right now are completely fucked.
Yeah, I mean, you had a tipple yesterday.
A little bit. Like, literally, two drinks to end Sober October, but...
Yeah. And I'm bringing you right back down again later
Christ.
tonight when we're going to be drinking, maybe.
Maybe. Well,
Anyway, before we get into more of a hole.
Yeah.
Next question.
I'm waiting.
Why were jack-o'-lanterns originally created?
Oh, this is an Irish thing, because they used to do it with beets or gourds. I know what jack-o'-lanterns were originally made out of. Does that count?
I mean, I'm giving you like some kudos for knowing that it's Irish. Can you give me the reason why they were made?
All right, I'm thinking this is speculation, because I don't actually know.
Okay.
I think it was probably some sort of a thing to either I'm going to give you 2 answers. It's either to ward off spirits or to see spirits off. Or...
Wait, isn't that the same thing?
No. So, like, either evil spirits are coming, you want to ward them away,
10 seconds.
or to see spirits off to the next life, or to do something with, like...
5 seconds.
Relatives coming on, you're like, hey, you're dead, come back, celebrate with the family. It's for the dead people.
Okay. Time's up. I'm going to say you can have a half a drink because you got the Irish bit right, and you got kind of warding off spirits vaguely.
Putting the pinky out because it's more refined.
Yes, the British way of doing things. When I've got my giant tankard of beer, that's what I always do, Origin comes from an Irish myth about Stingy Jack, who tricked the devil for his own monetary gain. When Jack died, God didn't allow him into heaven, and the devil didn't allow him into hell. So Jack was sentenced to roam the earth for eternity.
Okay. Legit. That's what I was evil, like warding off an evil spirit. That's what I was going for.
Yeah, but then you went down the family route. If you're just stuck with the thing.
Okay, fine. But that means you take half a drink too.
Yeah, I'm taking half a drink,
right,
and I'm thirsty for it, frankly.
It's not my fault I'm fucking up so much. Wait, hold on.
Oh god, I had it in my mouth so I couldn't... That is absolutely your fault that you're fucking up so much. It's not my problem, I'm an idiot. Oh shit, alright. I'm bringing it back down to like the cold hard facts of Halloween now for the next question. Now I hope you're ready.
Serious face.
Okay, serious face. Name the 2 evolutions after Ghastly in Pokemon.
Oh, that's easy. Haunter and Gengar.
Bam! Straight down. Less than 10 seconds, he's done it.
Boom.
Alright.
Dude, I played so much Gen 1 Pokemon. Like, I've got all that. I can probably, like, Haunter evolve. I think he evolves at level 25, and Gengar you have to trade to evolve him.
Damn.
I'm going to be, like, roasted if I got that level wrong, though.
I mean, it does seem pretty low. Well, no, to get
I think it's 25.
Yeah,
I think it's 25, because for single evolutions,
Yeah.
they tended to put it a little bit higher.
I was tempted to make this question, but I didn't because otherwise people couldn't play along at home. But I was gonna say, Kaiser, what is your current buddy Pokemon on Pokemon Go?
Oh god, I wouldn't have been able to guess that one. It used to be
Because,
Charmander, but I
yeah.
think I switched it to Farfetch'd.
At the moment,
What is it?
at the
right
moment,
now?
it's your current buddy Pokemon is Staravia.
What the fuck is that?
It's like a big pigeon.
I think I was just doing that to get some candies, and I just never changed them. Because for a while when I was in Japan, I set it to Farfetch. Because like, hey, I wanted to brag to everyone, hey, I got a Farfetch because I was in Japan.
Yeah. Well, actually, everyone's got Farfetch'd now because
Yeah, I know, they did some kind of stupid event, but I did it before it was cool. I caught him in the region he comes from.
And now you can get Surfetched by
The fuck is
having
Surfetched?
him as, you know, from Pokemon's short.
Oh
Sword
right,
and
yeah,
Shield.
they made the
Fuck me.
refined, genteel.
One with a big old sword. By having him as your buddy Pokemon and doing 10 excellent throws.
There are excellent
what I
throws
spent-
now.
There always have been. You're probably just bad at the game.
I am very bad at the game. Yeah. Okay, so the only time so I've only played Pokemon Go at a few places. One, the most common place is the pub near my house.
Yeah.
Because there's a Pokestop right
Standard,
across the street. Yep. The other one is the Creation Museum in Tennessee, or Kentucky. That was a lot of fun. Because there's actually a lot of Pokestops in the Creation Museum. I played it, and Japan, obviously. I was in like
big over there.
I'm gonna go off and telling stories. See, you've got me having this totally not alcohol rice juice, and that just makes me want to tell stories.
Damn, rice does that to me too. When I'm eating a curry and I'm just start telling all kinds of stories.
Oh my god, I fucking love rice. Fried rice, egg fried rice, new favorite dish.
Oh,
Totally not because of Uncle
yeah,
Roger.
me and Alicia were in one of the conversations we had yesterday. It was like, man, we come into this pub pretty often, right?
Yeah.
And you look around, everyone else, they're like in football jerseys, they're watching the English football.
You guys are, throwing Pokeballs at Pokemon?
Yeah, exactly. We're away in a corner with a plate of nachos, flicking our screens, trying to catch Bidoofs.
Bidoof is the stupidest fucking Pokemon. It's even stupider than the stupid garbage Pokemon.
Trubbish.
Yeah, Trubbish. You actually know the name of it.
Yeah, because it's so stupid.
Oh my god. No, Bidoof, you literally keep a Bidoof in your party because he can learn Surf. And you keep him in the back and you teach him all your HMs and he doesn't do jack shit. He's just a stupid HM sponge you keep in the back of your party. That's all Bidoof is good for.
Okay, right. You ready for the next question?
I'm sorry. Yeah, that was a long tangent. But I think I needed the break.
Okay.
Alright, next one.
How many circles of hell are in Dante's Inferno?
7.
Is that your final answer?
Oh, is it 9? It is
What's
9.
your final answer?
Fuck. You made me hesitate now. I'm gonna say 9.
That's your final answer?
My final answer is 9. My final answer is 9. Was it 7? It
Time
was
has
7.
stopped.
Hold
There are
on.
9 circles of hell.
It actually was 9?
There were 9. You got it right. I'm taking a drink.
Yeah! Yes.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
I almost went up my nose. Tummy.
So do you know?
Okay.
Do you know the old? There's a math problem. Well, not. It's a probability example. The whole like, you can choose between 3 doors, right? You pick a door at random.
Oh, is this the dog in the nighttime question?
No. Well, maybe, I don't know. I've never heard the dog in the nighttime question. So there's a probability question that people use to illustrate how kind of what feels right mathematically usually isn't.
Yeah.
And it's so you're on a game show. You got 3 doors. One of them has a car. 2 has a goat. They ask you to choose one, so you choose door 2, right? And then the announcer goes like, "Oh, okay, you've chosen door number 2. Before I reveal it," and he pulls open door number 3, and it's got a goat behind it. He's like, "Would you like to change your answer?" And the logical thing to do is he's trying to trick you from, the right feeling answer. He's trying to trick you. You don't want to switch because he's trying to get you to switch your answer.
Yeah.
Mathematically, what you should do is switch. Because Because you have a 30% chance or 33% chance in the initial equation. But once he's revealed that, there's a 66% chance that it's the other door. But if you stay there, you still only have that 33% chance.
Right, yeah, because it's a choice of 2 doors as opposed to 3 doors.
Because of the change, like you have when you initially chose the door, you had a 33% chance of being right and a 66% chance of being wrong.
Right, but if you chose the same door, like, okay, I don't know. If you weighed up the facts again and then still went with the same door.
But that's the thing, like, in the initial equation, it's math people are weird. It's it's the
no.
but it feels like that, right? It feels like it should be the same probability no matter whether you stay or switch. But if you're just taking psychology out of the equation, you're doing it purely based on math, switching makes the most sense, because that other door, having revealed that the third one is the wrong answer, now has a 66% chance because it carries all of the probability that this is the wrong kind of conversation to be having right now.
Drinking non-alcoholic rice. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Hit me up with another question.
Okay. Well, hang on. Before we get on to that, so there's a book called The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime, which it has been many, many years since I've read it. And it's all about this child who has some kind of mental condition.
Mm-hmm.
I can't read it for the life of me. I can't remember. But yes, they bring up that question. It's like his favorite puzzle question in the book. Right, the final question.
Okay. Oh God, we're already on the final question. Well, that's good. We're at 40 minutes.
This is yes. Okay, are you ready?
I'm ready.
What was the first custom thumbnail made for the TMCJ podcast? And for a bonus point, can you remember the title?
I don't remember the title, but the thumbnail was Beetlejuice.
Correct. You gonna take a shot at the title?
Well, it was one of the test cases. It was the test case number 3. I don't remember.
Fuck. I'm surprised you remember that much. I was like, yes, it was Beetlejuice was on the front. Podcast test case number 3. Going for the hat trick.
Oh, okay. Yep. Okay, that sounds like something I'd write.
Bam. Okay, well, I'm finishing my glass then.
All right. Well, cheers. I mean, I don't have to drink this, but I want to.
Fair enough. That lovely non-alcoholic rice.
How many have you been keeping track? How many of these did I get right?
No, I'm relying on you to keep a counter during the.
So can we say that this is probably about how many I got wrong?
Wait, hang on. Hold it up again.
The bottle's almost gone.
Oh Jesus!
Granted, this isn't that big. It's 375 milliliters.
Mm.
So
Still.
it's about like your pints are different than our pints.
Yeah. I mean, but milliliters don't change.
They don't, but your pints are 20 fluid ounces, and I do not feel like doing that equation in my head right now.
No, I'm good. With that.
So this is the first time I'm going to do the outro with my face on camera.
Yeah. Well done, I'd like to say, to start with. There were a lot of stupidly easy questions you didn't get, but there are also some that surprised me that you got.
Yep. Thank you. That tends to be my MO. I am surprisingly good at random eclectic things that I shouldn't know.
And now you know about the hobbits.
And now I know about the hobbits. There were 19 hobbits that were dead in the Shire. I'm going to use that tonight because I'm doing a special Halloween D&D game with some friends.
Oh, yeah.
And the person that's hosting it is a huge Tolkien nerd, so I'm going to see if he knows that.
I'd be surprised. Also, wear the hat for the outro.
Oh, yeah. I completely put it... It kept falling off my fucking head. Alright. Let's see if I can do my normal outro with this balanced.
Okay. Go for it.
Alright. Alright, so this is the end of segment 3. Thank you all for listening to the TMCJ podcast, and hopefully you've enjoyed our Halloween special. We will be back again next week will be the podcast that we did last week. Scheduling's a little bit fucked right now.
There's a schedule up on Twitter. I've put it up there. You don't have to worry about that.
Right there.
Also, hopefully you did as good as Kaiser at home.
If you're playing along, thank you for... Oh, shit, it's falling off. Doesn't matter. Thank you for listening to the TMCJ podcast. If you're listening to this in audio format, that means that my crown just fell off my head. Either way, thank you. Hopefully you listen again.
Have a good week.